So it is really early in the morning. Well, not too early. It's like 6:30. I'm getting ready to go to this conference. But as you can see, it's still dark out, so we're doing chores with a headlamp. But it's going to be an awesome day going to the Homesteading Conference, Food Independence Conference, getting to see Joel Salatin and Justin Rhodes. Just very excited. So let's get some chores done. So exciting. We are here.
After 1 hour and 20-minute drive.
Exactly.
We're here. There's a horse. People on horses directing traffic. This is great.
Horse traffic.
Or I don't know. But horse.
All right. So I'm here.
In the vlog.
You're in the vlog.
Yay.
Here with Justin Rhodes at the Food Independence Summit, and just wanted to say hi to everybody. What would you say is your #1 tip for starting out with homesteading?
Just plant. 2 words. Just plant. No more analysis paralysis. Just go for it. You're going to be afraid? Just put that fear on your back, embrace it, and just run with it, because it's not going away. You just got to do it.
Absolutely. That's what I keep telling him too. Don't be afraid. If I can homestead, I'm sure you'd say the same thing. Yeah. Then you can homestead.
Yeah, that's a chapter in this book.
Oh, is it? I'm so excited. Got the book. So excited. All right.
No, it's not a problem.
So it's a few days after the Homesteading Conference, the Food Independence Summit, and just kind of wanted to give you guys all a few little takeaways. So as you saw, met Justin Rhodes, got to talk to him for a few minutes, got to listen to his session on the rooted life, started reading the book. Highly recommend, very good. So takeaways. #1, you can homestead. I keep saying that, but I want you guys to really, really get a hold of this idea and understand that there are good days, there are bad days, but you can do this too. I'm a very, very busy mom. I'm homeschooling 6 kids. I am a member of our local co-op, and I'm involved in the team that runs that. I am a mom who runs my kids to 4-H, to Awana. We do church. We are involved in local groups like the Lorain County Beekeepers Association. We're busy. But, again, if I can do this, you can do this. So, if there's one thing that I can get away from this whole conference and this whole video, is that I want you to know, get out there. Do it. Just try it. If your garden looks like this, it's okay, because that also means, let me turn the camera, food. Here it is. We are almost in October. We're like, what, 2 days away from October? 1 day? I don't know. I think today's the 29th. We are almost in October, and I still have food coming out of my garden. Is it beautiful? No, this garden is ugly. This garden needs tended. September was a very, very busy month for us. Of course, I've been saying that all summer. This is a very busy summer for us, but I got food out of my garden. I have meat chickens in my freezer. I have another batch of meat chickens that are about to go in my freezer in another week or so. I have corn that I'm about to pull off the stalk. Is it a lot? No. But I'm out here. I'm learning. I'm teaching myself these skills. Because if I'm not out here learning these skills, who's gonna do this? We need to learn this. We need to teach this to our children. And we don't want this skill set lost. And, you know, God forbid, the world is looking scarier and scarier every day. Do we want food security? Yes, we want food security. And how do we do that? We teach ourselves these skills. So that was one of the #1 takeaways I got from this Food Independence Summit. #2 was that there are other people out there like us. People who are craving to make friendships, to barter, to join up. And, you know, maybe I have the land to do turkeys and chickens, but somebody else doesn't have that land, but they have a small plot and they feel like they can handle a small garden. We can trade. You know, as I just showed you, my garden, it does not look that pretty. But what I'm not getting out of my garden this late in the season, somebody else might still be producing. And I can trade honey, I can trade chickens, I can trade eggs. So that was number 2 out of the conference, was the interdependence. Find your homestead friends, make those connections, find people, and just do it. Just get out here and try it. So today, gonna take these tomatoes in. I have never, ever canned tomatoes. So we're gonna try to can some tomatoes today. It's not a lot, a small little bowl there, but it's something I've been waiting all season for. And because we planted the tomatoes late and we were so busy that most of the time when I brought tomatoes in, I just immediately turned them into something. I didn't try to actually can them to put them up on the shelf. But I watched, what was her name? Canning Diva, I think, something like that, at the Homestead Conference, Peels and something. She was amazing. She made it seem so down to earth and easy to can. So, gonna get that pressure canner out. Gonna get that water bath canner out. We're gonna play around a little bit today. Today's a little bit more of a laid back day. And number 3, the last takeaway I'm gonna give you is that there are gonna be bad days. And it's okay. You can't have the good days without the bad days. It is a roller coaster, and you've got to roll with it. You've got to pick yourself back up and just say, yesterday was a bad day. For us here on this homestead, yesterday was a bad day. The dog, Biley, that we've been training and trying to teach him how to watch the chickens and to, you know, do what he needs to do as a guard dog out here, livestock guardian dog. We're trying to train him. He's a magician. I don't know how he did it, but he got off the leash without taking his collar off, but got off the leash. The neighbor texted me and said, hey, do you know your dog's just wandering? And we went out. It took us like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I think it was almost 2 hours to catch him. He was in the soybean field, our neighbor's soybean field behind us. Let's see here if I can, way back there. And you guys can go and see that video. It will be uploaded soon if it isn't already. And yeah, we had to go chase him. And then once we had him contained and we ate dinner and I went outside to do nighttime chores, I was checking on our outdoor rabbit, Thunder. Thunder really doesn't have a purpose other than he was cute and he was supposed to just live out his life here. The kids, you know, the kids learned how to love on rabbits, how to take care of them. He was Eli's job. Elijah's only 8, so he was just learning that skill set of feeding and watering every day, checking on him. So I was checking on him before bed and he was not doing very well. We don't remember exactly how old he is, but he's somewhere 9 or 10. And so anyway, last night I was checking on him and I could tell that he was passing away. So I brought him inside and we snuggled him and, you know, just told him that we loved him and pet him, and he passed away with the kids and I all around him. And there's beauty in that moment too, even though it was very sad and definitely some tears shed. He's one of the longest animals that we've had here on the homestead, and we just gathered around and it was a moment to be together as a family. And even in that moment when it's sad, I taught my kids something. I taught them how to let go. I taught them how life has a starting point and an ending point, and God has not told us that we will be around forever. And how do we honor death at the end as well? You know, teaching them to gather around and say those comforting words to a beloved pet. So, gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days. And in the bad days, we need to pick ourselves back up and realize it's just a bad day. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be better. So, those are my takeaways from the Food Independence Summit and my morning ramblings for you. So, hopefully you guys got something out of my ramblings, and I'm hoping now that we're out of our busiest season, September was a very busy season, I'm hoping to post a little bit more regularly, and let's see what I come up with to get into.